Okay, this lesson can be nasty. There's a bunch of scribbling out because I totally did not explain this well in the first video, so I deleted it, but this is the only packet I have at my house now, so don't worry about all that other junk. Example 1, the U.S. Mint charges $25 for each limited edition coin. There's a limit of 5 coins you can purchase. What's a reasonable domain and range of the function, and is it continuous or discrete? Here's the first things you need to set up. You need to set up an X, Y table with labels, okay? Is there a time, dollars and coins? Well, there's no time unit for X, but X can never be dollars. Dollars has to be Y, and then coins would be X. Okay, then domain, you put D equals, make a parentheses with a dash. It runs from some number to another number. And then range, same thing. Then I ask myself, I put 2 words. I put continuous, discrete. I'll explain what those mean here in a bit, okay? Now, but we need the table with labels, the XY table with labels, the domain, the range, and then continuous, discrete. How to spell them is right up there. Now with your coins, I'm going to go with 0 to 3 instead of 2. Now if I buy 0 coins, I'm not paying any dollars for that. If I buy 1 coin, it costs $25, so I put a dot 25. 1 times 25 is 25. If you buy 2 coins, I would take 2 times 25, and that's 50. Okay. 3 coins would be 3 times 25, and that's 75. Now, there's a limit. After you're done with the 3, you identify your limit. There's a limit of 5 coins. So if there's a coins limit, there's a dollars limit, okay? And we find the dollars limit by taking 5 times 25, and that's 125. Now the domain and range are completed. The domain runs from 0 to 5. The lowest number of coins is 0. The highest is 5. Range is of money, 0 to 125, and that's how you do domain range. Now here's what continuous and discrete means. You pick a decimal between one of these numbers in the domain. Let's go between 2 and 3, and let's just use 2.5. Let's use that for all the problems. Now, it's continuous if decimals make sense. If decimals make sense, it's continuous. If decimals don't make sense, it's discrete. Okay, now can you have 2.5 coins? No, you can't take a coin and break it in half, okay? So decimals don't make sense, so it's discrete, okay? Okay, next problem. Anyway, it's quite that slick though. You are buying party favors that cost $2.47 each. You can spend no more than $30 on party favors. What's a reasonable domain and range of this situation? Would the function be continuous or discrete? So I need an XY table with labels. There's no time, but dollars is there, and that has to be Y, and then the party favors would be your X. Party favors. So, domain, that's what your party favors go to, and your range is what your money would go to in the context of this problem. So, continuous or discrete. So 0 to 3. So 0 party favors would be $0. Okay. Now if I buy 1 party favor, it costs 2.47. So put times 2.47. And that's $2.47. If you buy 2 party favors, that's 2 times 2.47. So 2 multiplied by 247 is $4.94. Now 3 party favors multiplied by 247, because each one of them are 247, is $7.41. 41, that is. Okay. Now, what's the limit? $30 is the limit. So I put $30. Now I don't know what's here, but I know whatever it is, okay, times 2.47 gives me 30. So how am I going to find what number goes there? Well, the opposite of times is to divide. So I'm going to take 30 divided by 2.47. So if I don't know what we're multiplying by, like I did on the last one, I need to do the opposite, which is divide. Okay, you need to put just 12, okay? Now, when that happens, you need to find out what 12 times 2.47 actually is. I mean, if it's 30, we'll stick with it, but if it's not, I got to replace my 30. It's not 30, it's 2964. So, make a parentheses, put 29.64, and ditch the 30 then. You have to do that when you divide, okay? You put the whole number, put it there, then we multiply it forward and see what that actually is. So the domain is 0 to 12, and the range runs from 0 not to 30 but to 2964. Now, do decimals make sense? Well, let's put 2.5. Can you go to a store and say, I want 2.5 party favors, 2.5 party favors, because 0.5 means a half? No, I don't think you can. So again, that would be another discrete. Okay, example 3. A car can travel 32 miles per gallon of gas. The car's tank holds 17 gallons. What's a reasonable domain and range for this situation? Is a function continuous or discrete? So you make an XY table, and I pretty much tell you what to use for X and Y, because otherwise it's confusing. Per gallon, so gallons is X, and you can see that right there, and then miles is Y. So domain and range. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I have 0 gallons of gas in my car, I can't go any miles. If I have 1 gallon of gas, I can go 32 miles, because 1 times 32 is 32. You basically just multiply by the rate of change. 2 gallons, 2 times 32 would be 64. 3 gallons, 3 times 32. If I have 3 gallons of gas, that allows me to travel 96 miles. Now, the limit's 17 gallons, so put it in the gallons column. It's very easy now to find my Y limit. If I'm taking all these times 32, I'm going to take 17 times 32. That's going to give me my limit for my miles, 544. Okay, so the domain runs from 0 to 17, and the range runs from 0 to 544. Okay, so is it continuous or discrete? Now, when I'm pumping gas, I can pump 2.5 gallons. I can pump 2.5 gallons. People do it all the time, because when you fill up your car with gas or your moped or whatever, you see on the thing, there's decimals for gas all the time. So in this one, a decimal makes sense, so it would be continuous. These decimals would be included in that. So if I had to graph the first two, I would just make points, but I wouldn't connect them. If I had to graph the third one, I would make points, but they would be connected, because you would also have the decimals in between the whole numbers. Okay, last one. You have $50 to spend on packages of Halloween candy. Each bag of candy costs $4.99. What's a reasonable domain and range of the function? Is a function continuous or discrete? So you make an XY table. Now, I didn't tell you what X and Y are because you should know dollars can't be X, it has to be Y. And then packages is X. So, domain and range. And then continuous or discrete. Okay, so domain 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So if you buy 0 packages, you're not going to pay any money. If you buy 1 package, you're not 50. 1 package costs $4.99. So that's $4.99. If you buy 2 packages, you take 2 times $4.99, and that's $9.98. 3 packages would be 3 times $4.99. $14.97. Okay, now you have a limit, but it's $50, so it's a limit for the range. So I'm given the limit for the range. When I got to get the limit for domain, I put question mark times 4.99. So what times 4.99 is 50? Heck, if I know, I'm going to go up and divide 50 by 4.99. But we're just going to put 10. Okay. Now, 10 times 4.99 50? I don't think it is. At 49.9, that mean it'd be 49.90. Okay, so I put 49.90 there. And then I'm no longer concerned with the 50. So when I divide 50 divided by 499, I have to write the whole number, but then I need to multiply. Okay, so the domain goes from 0 to 10, and the range goes from 0, not to 50, but to $49.90. Now, continuous or discrete. Can you go to a store and say, I don't want 2 packages, I don't want 3, I want 2.5? No, you can't do that. So that would be discrete.